I am a huge coffee person, whether having it for that pre-workout kick or for the times when I have to dive into big datasets. This caffeine kick has always had my back. So, one evening, while sipping on a strong cup and browsing online, I came across a huge dataset, over 150k rows of coffee shop sales. It was the data of a coffee shop chain based in the New York City, which had shared its sales data from brewed chai and bakery items to espresso shots and loose leaf tea. They had plenty of things on their menu card. But the challenge? They weren't sure where most of their revenue was coming from, which of their products were the top performers, or how different locations and days of the week were affecting their sales. So, as a coffee addict and someone who loves to analyze businesses and their data, I just couldn't resist myself from stepping into this picture. Using Power BI and advanced Excel, I analyzed the sales data of this coffee shop and extracted crucial insights to help the business maximize its sales potential. So, what insights have I actually brewed up? Let's have a quick look at it. So, before jumping right into the crucial insights that I have extracted from this data and this dashboard, I firstly want you guys to have a look of the dashboard itself. So, firstly, telling about the data, I had the sales data of this coffee shop for the first 2 quarters of the year, that is the first 6 months from Jan to June, and I analyzed the sales and sales trends for the first 6 months. So, let's have a look at the dashboard. Here on the top, you can see a card for total sales, total orders, and total quantity. Along with that, there's a short label below the amount which shows the increase or decrease of total sales, total orders, and total quantity as compared to their last month. And beneath that, there is even a line chart showing the trend of each KPI in that particular month. Apart from that, there is a month selector from where you can select the desired month for which you want to see the sales. And here is a calendar from which you can select the day, and on selecting the day, the entire dashboard will be tailored to that particular day only. Moving forward, here's a heat map which shows the density of sales in particular hours of a particular day, and there are two bar charts supporting this heat map. There is another bar chart which shows the sales by store location for each day of the month, and here are another two bar charts that show the sales by product category and the sales of the top 10 products. And here is the list of each product category and the top 10 products. You can see the data bars and the data labels which show the increase or decrease of the sales of that particular product or that product category as compared to their previous month. So yeah, this was about these two bar charts. Moving on to this donut chart, this shows the sales split between the weekend and the weekday. Moving forward, here is another bar chart which shows the total sales by different locations of the coffee shop. So as you can see that this coffee shop operates in 3 different locations, and along with this I have again included the data labels which show the increase or decrease of the sales as compared to the previous month at a particular location of the coffee shop. Moving further, I have even made 2 tooltips for this dashboard to make it more visually appealing and to add that extra depth to this dashboard. So the first one is for this heat map. As we hover on this heat map, we can see this tooltip for a particular hour on a particular day. So you can see some KPIs being highlighted in the form of a gauge chart and some cards showing the total sales, the total quantity, and total orders for that particular instance. And moving further, another tooltip has been made for this calendar. As we hover on different dates, we can see a donut chart, some cards showing the total sales, total quantity, and total orders on that particular day of that particular month. So yeah, that is a basic overview of the entire dashboard. So coming to the final part of the video, that is the trends and analysis extracted from the data and the dashboard. So here is an overall trend that I found in the dashboard, that is from the month of January to February, the sales kept dropping as compared to. Moving to the further analysis, for the sake of this video, I have just taken into account the month of June so that we do not stretch the video much. And here we can see the total sales in the month of June is $166.49K, which is an increase of 6.2% from the previous month. And the total orders are 35,000, which show an increased trend of 6.2% from the previous month. And the total quantity sold is 51,000 units, which is also an increase of 6.2% as compared to the previous month. So we can see that there is a consistent increasing factor in all the 3 KPIs, which indicate consistent growth across volume, revenue, and order count. And moving further, So here are the three locations of the coffee shop, and here we can see that the sales are quite fairly distributed, but Hell's Kitchen has the maximum sales out of all three. So yeah, it can be concluded that in the month of June, Hell's Kitchen sold the had drew the maximum sales. So moving forward, the majority of sales occurred on weekdays. Basically, people go and grab a coffee while going to their office, and on weekends, as it's an off, so the weekend sales are quite less. And as on the weekdays also, Thursday and Friday were the peak selling days, with $27,000 revenue on Thursday and $28,000 revenue on Friday. And the peak sales hours can be included as 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. That is the peak office hours, we can say. So yeah, moving forward, the top three product categories are coffee, tea, and bakery items. And the top three products: the classic barista espresso, the brewed chai, and the gourmet brewed coffee. So now coming to the implementation part, what the business should actually do to increase its profit based upon my analysis. So the first, here you can see that weekends account for a very low sales amount. So some weekend exclusive offers can be introduced to increase the footfall on the weekends. Secondly, the cafe can partner with some food delivery apps to increase weekend sales so that people can order the food and beverages from the comfort of their homes. So as we concluded that the peak hours of sales was 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So in this peak hours, some deals and combos can be introduced to increase the sales of a variety of products. And lastly, we can see that the beverages are the highlight of the entire business. So the business should capitalize more on their positive thing, that is the beverages, and they can even start some digital campaigns with an emphasis on these beverages only. So guys, I hope you liked the video. Do leave your suggestions and thoughts in the comment box, and I have linked the GitHub repository of this project in the description, which contains the PBIX file, the dataset file, and other details of this dashboard and this project. Do visit the GitHub repository and